Hey guys, from the Thoughtful Gardener. I thought I would come on today and just have a little conversation with you about what we're now learning about spotted lanternflies. I realized 2 years ago when I started recording information about spotted lanternflies, they were pretty new in our community. Scientists were really trying to figure out what to do to control them, and homeowners were really taking things into their own hands. And not every solution that people were coming up with, like pouring gasoline on their trees, or they were spraying their plants with herbicides instead of insecticides and killing their plants, was a good idea. And so there was a school that was saying do nothing. And then there were others that were just really desperate for a solution and trying to do things and probably were not taking the best course of action. So I don't want to recommend any of those things. What I want to tell you is that there is something called integrated pest management, which basically says that you do the least amount of harm possible, which is why I was banding my trees with screen on top to prevent wildlife from getting stuck to it. Now, some of you didn't like that because obviously there are other types of insects that get onto the tree and potentially could be harmed. And certainly we saw things like ants in the traps. But literally when your understory is being covered in honeydew and therefore potentially smothering your understory, you have to take action. In my case, I would go out with a raincoat on and I would spray off the plants because it was creating a black mold on my plants, which then potentially would mean that they would die because they couldn't photosynthesize. So again, you have to do what's right for your property. And in my case, it was trying to save a lot of different types of natives that were under specifically my walnut tree. Here's the good news is that 2 years into this, we've had very few spotted lanternflies this season. Now, sadly, for those that are listening to this around me, you're probably watching this video because you do have spotted lanternflies and you're trying to figure out what to do. And certainly I'll refer you back to my video. Now, there are a couple of criticisms about the video other than the tape and the banding. And I do recommend if you're going to use this tape that you do cover it. It does mean that you have to come out, in our case, check it every single day because it is possible that the tape will fill up, but it is also possible you could have wildlife on it if you do not cover it. And I do not recommend you put tape on without some type of covering to prevent birds from sticking to it. So here's the latest out of Penn State. Penn State recently did some long-term studies on the spotted lanternflies. And basically what they found out is that even though they're feeding on our hardwood trees, that they may be not causing as much damage as we initially thought. So this was a concern initially because Pennsylvania is such a large exporter of hardwoods. Penn's woods, vania means woods. And so we were concerned that the spotted lanternfly could severely damage the lumber industry, but apparently that's not happening. So that's really fantastic. So they did show that there was intense feeding and reduced growth on native trees. What I was experiencing in my native maple and native hardwood tree, specifically the walnut, was that they were intensely feeding on those trees. And so one of my suggestions to you was to remove walnut saplings. Now, I am blessed with a lot of wildlife, and a lot of squirrels do a lot of digging in my beds this time of year and plant those walnut seedlings. And so I had walnut seedlings come up in my garden beds. Unfortunately for me, they were covered in spotted lanternflies last year. So my recommendation in my video was to cut them down. That did not mean cut down the walnut tree. The walnut trees are still standing on my property. I just cut the seedlings to the ground. Now, does that mean that I dug up my seedlings? Nope. Sure didn't. I left them in the ground because I knew that they would eventually recover, and they have. So I want to make sure that we're clear when I say things that you understand what I'm trying to tell you, because the other thing I encouraged you to remove were wild grapevines. Now, again, if you are having a situation like I was and many gardeners were, and there was black sooty mold on everything, including people's houses, the least amount you could potentially do is remove some of these plants temporarily. That means cutting them to the ground. The good thing about natives is that they have extensive root systems, so you're not going to kill them. And in my case, I didn't kill them. They're back. They're back on purpose because I'll dig those trees up this fall, pot them up, and then we'll sell them at our native plant sale. So that's the good news, is that we don't see as much damage as we initially thought long term. Though they may be defoliating your trees and creating a lot of sticky honeydew, you do need to wash that off your understory if you want to keep the understory. But it definitely is that they will feed on those key nutrients and negatively impact the tree diameter growth for that growing year because of their intense feeding pressure. But native trees are very resilient and they are recovering after this pressure is reduced. So I think that's the good news here. So my guess is, if you're experiencing the spotted lanternflies right now, you're experiencing this type of damage, you're experiencing the honeydew and the black mold, and that's why you're here. And I really appreciate you being here. Do like and subscribe because that helps our metrics. We'd love to continue to put out this type of science-based content. But I also, want to tell you that science is always changing and there's always new information. Science is never settled, which is why I'm doing this update. I really hope this is helpful for all of you out there. Thank you so much for being here, and definitely please support us by subscribing to the channel and maybe suggesting it to others that are having issues with spotted lanternflies. Garden thoughtfully and take care.